So I know it's not Taco Tuesday, but that does not mean I can't share a recipe for you to use on Taco Tuesday. This is for my chicken taco filling. It's actually a really simple recipe, and it's actually a crock pot recipe. Now, I rarely cook with the crock pot, but for this recipe, it just makes sense. Some things that you will need for this recipe is a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. You'll need a red onion, and then some simple flavorings that you would use in any type of taco recipe. It all goes in the crock pot. You can cook it for a couple hours, but the real secret is what happens after it's done cooking. You drain the juices off, take those juices, put them in a saucepan, and then you reduce that down for about 6-7 minutes. And what it gives you is a very rich, silky, flavorful broth that you toss the chicken back in before serving. It's delicious, and it's the secret. I serve this on corn tortillas that I roast over my gas stove to give them a little bit of char, then top it with pickled red onions, avocado, and a little cheese. Sprinkle some cilantro on top if that's your thing, and that's it. So check out the video, check out the recipe, give it a try, let me know what you think.
2.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Then you need to drain a 10-ounce can of diced tomatoes with green chilies and just plop them in there. 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, a teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/2 cup of a diced red onion, and then mix it all together. Place the lid on your crock pot and turn it to high. After it's cooked for about 3 hours on high, take the chicken out and just use 2 forks to shred it. Once it's all shredded, just put it back in the crock pot. If you're not ready to eat it immediately, turn your crock pot to warm and then let it sit until you're ready to eat. About 10 minutes before serving, take your chicken out and separate it from the juice. I just used a strainer, but you can use a slotted spoon if that's easier. Take the juice or the broth, add it to a saucepan, and then bring it to a rolling boil. And you'll want it to boil for about 6 minutes until it's reduced to about 1/4 of what you originally put in the pot. Once it's reduced down, look at this, it's beautiful. It's a silky, delicious, concentrated broth, and it's got some spice and flavor. Pour it back in, toss it together, and enjoy.